What's good, y'all? It's Channing, aka Juice. We back with another Word of the Week video. For those of you that might be new, I do the Word of the Week podcast series where I feature some people and we talk about a word of the week to implement into the upcoming week, and truly better ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, in whatever way you want to get better, and in whatever way you want to get 1% better. Last week's Word of the Week was opportunity. I thought it was a great word of the week. I had one of my best friends, Jalen Young, come on and talk about the word opportunity. He had a great input on it. And since that word of the week, he got a great opportunity. I'm not going to expose that or ruin his surprise, but he got a great opportunity, and I'm excited for him. And I feel like that all came about because of his drive to be prepared, his overall mindset. I feel like because he had the right mindset and work ethic, he was able to create this opportunity, and I know he's going to make the most of it because of his work ethic and his mindset, which is all needed in order to make the most of an opportunity. Also, not only did he get an opportunity, I also got a great opportunity. I had the chance to go and talk to some little kids and also play with them and give them some advice. It was a event with Pass It On Foundation and Leonard Rowe Gives Back. I was able to read to kids. I was able to take them to the drills, play little scrimmages with them, and just overall have a great time with them. And I truly enjoyed it. These kids are from the Phoenix area that don't have, they're underprivileged kids that don't have the necessary resources to maybe play club soccer or have the clothes needed to play club soccer or have clothes to just wear on a daily basis. So it was a great and wholesome event, and I truly can't wait to do more things like that. And that was just a great opportunity. So this word of the week, that word of the week opportunity was just perfect for that last week. But it's now time to move into this week's word of the week. I'm super excited for who I have on. She went to college with me for a little bit before she transferred out at The Ohio State University. So I'm super excited to get her on. And she's just had a drive and a great outlook on life, and her faith in God is strong. So I'm super excited to get her on. But it's now time to get into the video, man. Cue the intro. It's us. This week's Word of the Week video is action. The definition of action is the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim. So what does that mean in my own words? I believe action it's just taking charge. It's doing what you need to do in order to reach something or to achieve a goal you have. Without action, I believe there's no way you can attain certain things. How do I take action in soccer or in other things I care deeply about? I try to take action in my life with anything. Say I'm not happy with how my body's looking or how I'm performing in a game, in a string of games. I need to take action, right? So what can I do? There are two things that I usually do. I can watch more film on my games, right? I can do extra work before and after practice. Maybe more after practice because you don't want to be fatigued during the team practice. And then after the practice, I can get extra work done and work on the specific things that I need to take action on, things that I'm lacking, right? So that's a step of taking action. Say I'm having a bad relationship with my girlfriend or a friend, right? I need to take action to fix this, right? What's something I can do? Talk to them. That's taking action. Maybe I can do something for them, right? To make the scenario better, right? To make the situation better. Those are some things that I would say I do when I take action, and I think it's necessary because I think if you don't take action, you're just okay with where you're at, or you're okay with what's going on in your life, which maybe you might be. But I know for me personally, I'm not really happy with where I am at all times, even though I'm really grateful for where I am. But I'm always striving for more. And in order to achieve more, I have to take action. What is an action that I have taken in the past that has changed my life or a scenario in my life? I would say it would be after my sophomore year my sophomore year season at Ohio State. I really took action when it came to my preparation, my prehab, my rehab, my activation, my lifting. I truly, after my sophomore season, I did everything I could to improve. And into my junior season, I took action. I was at every optional lift. I was doing extra work in the off season. I was training with Phoenix Rising before I was on Phoenix Rising during the COVID summer. I was doing all these things to improve and take action and get better. And so be it that next junior season, I had a great season. The game started to slow down for me. I was stronger. I was faster. I was more equipped for the game. And that all happened because I just decided to take action. I decided to just do what I thought I needed to do. And what I thought I needed to do was exactly what I needed to do because I improved greatly. There were still areas that I felt like I could have improved in, but I improved leaps and bounds from the sophomore season to my junior year. So that's what I would say is when I took action, and I loved the outcome of taking that action. What are some actions I look to take as we go into the year 2024? For me, I would say what I would like to take action is, all right, here's the big surprise, y'all. It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. The rabbit's out the hat. So what I would like to take action with is I actually wrote a children's book called The 1% Kid. And along with that children's book, I am creating a workshop where it will teach kids, and I'll read the book to kids. I'll take the kids through setting their own goals and a plan to reach those goals. And my plan is to have them follow those goals and follow that plan and reach those goals, right? So my plan is to really take action into getting my book into as many kids as possible so that they know that with the right mindset, you can achieve anything. You can achieve anything in this life. When you are striving to be 1% better every day, when you're embracing practice, perseverance, and patience throughout the plan, the journey, you can achieve your goals. There's nothing stopping you but yourself, right? So that's what I really want to do in 2024 is get my book into as many kids as possible's hands so that they can know that they can achieve anything and they can be a 1% kid. Another action I would like to take is for my upcoming soccer season, it's to not worry about anything, right? I want to just play carefree, enjoy it. When you're stressed and tense and worried about messing up, you're going to mess up, right? So what I want to do is take action by doing everything I need to do to calm myself, to live in the moment, and to truly just enjoy playing footy again, right? That's another way I want to take action in 2024. And I would say another way is I want to take action in giving back, right? I want to take action in giving back to those in need and those that cannot help themselves. So that's one way I'm going to take action. And one way I'm going to take action with that is to start my own foundation. At least start the steps to start my own foundation in 24 because starting a foundation is a long process, right? So that's another way I want to take action in this upcoming year. What is my advice to someone struggling to take action of their life or what they want to change? I would say it's to just try it, right? What's the worst that can happen? If you're not already doing it, you won't see change, right? So you're just gonna have to be okay with what your life is now or what you're disappointed in. So when you take action, it can go one or two ways, right? It can either change what your scenario is now or what you want to get better, or it cannot. But you won't know until you try. And by you not trying or taking action, you'll never get better or improve your scenario, right? So I believe that my advice to someone just trying to take action is just do it. Just try it, right? And I would also say is to lean on your faith, right? If you believe in God, it's to lean on your faith. And if not, it's to lean on someone or a role model in your life and learn how they took action. Something I also like to do is I watch a lot of motivational videos. Not really to get involved in motivation because I'm internally motivated, but I just like to hear other people's struggles and how they overcame their struggles, and to know that other people are going through their hard times as well, but they take action to change their scenarios. And by taking action, they've changed their lives a whole 180 degrees, right? So that's what I just love to see people improving themselves. And honestly, that helps me and drives me to keep going, and take action in my life. But that's what I think about the Word of the Week action. It's now time for me to pass it over to Ashley. She's a pro softball player. She played at The Ohio State University, Go Bucks. She also played at the University of Alabama. I don't know if I can really say Roll Tide, man. I got some family from Alabama, but I'm not an Alabama fan. But I'll say it for her, Roll Tide. But I met her when I was at Ohio State. She was a great athlete, great player. She's also just a great person, has a great mentality, has a great belief in God, she's a great role model to little girls that play softball and just little girls in general. So I'm excited to get her on and see what she has to say about the Word of the Week action, right? Because she's taken action in a lot of ways in her life to reach her goals and to reach where she is in life right now. So I'm super excited to get her on. And Ashley, let the people know what you think about the Word of the Week.
What's up, guys? I'm Ashley Prangy, and I played softball at Ohio State University from 2018 to 2021. I then transferred to the University of Alabama, where I played softball from 2021 to 2023, as well as got my master's degree. I then went on to play softball professionally for the Florida Vibe this past summer and still continuing my softball career. So I'm super grateful to have some more years left. And I just want to say that I'm super grateful to be here. Thanks for having me on this podcast and let me kind of share my story. And I really hope that it impacts someone out there, and yeah, just super grateful. So in my own words, the word action just means taking initiative and responsibility for your own path. I think a lot of times it's easy to fall into the trap of, well, I wasn't dealt the right cards, or it just didn't work out for me. But sometimes, taking that first step and being willing to take a leap of faith when it may be uncomfortable or something that's completely out of your comfort zone, I think says a lot and speaks a lot to your character and how bad you truly want something. So I think taking action is just being willing to take that first step and being able to step out in faith, even if you don't know what the next step is going to look like. Being able to trust that you're on the right path, even when you can't quite see the final destination, but you have this dream and you have this desire for where you want to be. And I think that first step is everything. So I would say that's what the word action means to me in my own words. So in my career, I would say that an action step that I took that completely changed my life was entering the transfer portal in May of 2021. When I entered the portal, I had no ties to anywhere I wanted to go. I had no idea what my career was going to look like or what I even wanted it to look like up until that point. I just knew that I needed something different and I needed a different environment, which was a super hard decision because I loved Ohio State. I had committed to play there when I was 14. This was before the NCAA rules had changed about the early recruitment process. So they were all I had known since I was 14 and before I was even in high school. And obviously I loved the girls and spent countless hours with them and the coaching staff. So it was super hard. And I knew that I truly valued them and I wanted them to feel like they could continue a relationship with me going forward. So I just remember being super intentional with how I told them. I took each one of them out to get coffee or ice cream and told them kind of in person and face to face my decision and the why behind I was doing what I was doing. And just made sure that at least I did what I needed to do on my end to be at peace with my decision, especially when it came to the girls and the friends that I had at Ohio State. And so entered the portal in May of 2021, had no ties, was deciding between Alabama and Indiana. And I just remember going to Alabama, and just from when I walked off the plane and got into the car at the airport, they greeted me with the most love and the widest open arms I think I've ever experienced. And just from day one, they so genuinely loved me and allowed me to be my most authentic self. And regardless of what that looked like on my best or my worst days, when I had walked into the hitting facility on my tour, the first thing that Murph did was stop me in front of the door. And the only thing written in gold in the facility is person over player in our hitting facility. And he kind of took a second and was like, hey, like, if you come here, I just want you to know that I'm going to love you regardless on the days that you're 0 for 4, just as much as I would on the days that you're 4 for 4. Like, if you come here, like, you're my daughter and I'm going to treat you as such on your best and your worst days. And I need you to know that before we talk about anything else on this visit. And that just really stuck with me. And I mean, 2 years later, now that I'm finally graduated, that's still the one thing that I truly remember that stood out to me from the start. And just the way that the fans and the support staff and the coaches, the players, and even just random people around Alabama, the way they pull for softball and for our school was incredible. And even the fans, right, they welcomed me with open arms since day one. And I just remember feeling like at home, like it felt like it was right. It felt like my heart was at peace there. The girls were also fellow believers, and the first time I had hung out with them, they took me to church, and that was the first experience that I had with the team. And so it just started off being a really loving environment, and it really just allowed me to be my true self and come out of my shell, and just kind of feel like I was at home, and allowed me to grow my love for the game again. I talked about in an interview after the World Series when we had lost to Stanford this past year, like Alabama gave me a love for a sport that I never thought I would love again. If I wasn't going to transfer, I was going to quit softball altogether. I was at peace with hanging up my cleats, and I had my parents' blessing to do so. And so I had kind of wrestled with that for a long time, knowing that, again, I wasn't going to know what my career was going to be or what my purpose would be at Alabama, or that I even end up at Alabama. But I just knew that I needed something different, and I needed to find something better. And so in that moment, just the gratitude that I had for the University of Alabama's ability to completely change my perspective on softball and just completely change my life and allow me to trust people and love people in a way that I had never really felt before. And it allowed me to just see God's faithfulness in every way, like to go from a broken situation and see how he put his hand in it and completely redeemed things that I thought I never would ever have again. For example, my love for softball was just truly amazing. And it definitely changed my life, and it definitely changed my perspective on my faith, and it showed me where I thought I was, and then it pushed me to where I could be, and it just renewed my hope and my faith that my life is completely in God's hands, and I'm okay with that. And so, like I talked about earlier, being okay with surrendering that control completely changed my life, and it allows me to live in a way that's more free and just more authentic, and I'm super, super thankful. So when thinking about my career and just different things that I care super deeply about, I would say that an action step that I took was just to kind of surrender control and to kind of trust my faith, because in my career alone over the last 5 years, everything that I had thought I wanted or anything that I had thought I had planned out was quite literally flipped upside down. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, my life would look completely different than what it actually is right now. And I'm super thankful that God knows what I needed instead of giving me what I wanted, because I think that my plans would have wrecked me. Little did I know. And so I just think being willing to kind of surrender that control and just trust that God knows a lot more and a lot better, and his ways are always higher than anything that I could ever imagine, and being okay with whatever that outcome looks like, and just kind of taking the pressure off of myself to perform and feel like I have to fit this perfect mold of what I want and what my dreams are and what I think I need to get there. Because if you would have told freshman Ashley going into college what senior Ashley would look like and who she would be, she probably would have laughed and had no idea. So I think just being willing to kind of surrender that control and just let my faith take over and trust in God and trust that his hand's going to continue to work in my life in ways that I may not even be able to imagine or think of right now, and just trust that that's all I need to know. So kind of sticking with my theme of taking the first step, my advice to someone struggling to take action in their life would be to figure out what the next right move is in order to reach whatever goal or destination that you're trying to reach, and take that step. Take that next right step, and then continue to do so as long as you need, because a lot of times in life we don't know what our outcome looks like, and we are never guaranteed the next day. We don't know when our time is up, and I think just being able to be okay with taking one step and just truly enjoy where your feet are, because you never get to live a moment twice. And I think gratitude goes a long way and is a super powerful force in our lives. And I think that when you take the time to kind of acknowledge and enjoy where you are, I think it makes the journey a lot easier and just a lot more memorable. And I can think back to times in my career where I was like, I don't even know what the next right step is going to be. When I think back to deciding if I was going to quit or if I was going to transfer, like in that moment, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And looking back, I am so thankful that I had people around me that pushed me and gave me hope. Like, Ashley, like you've came this far, like it's worth another try. And I would encourage people to find community that's going to push you and hold you accountable as well, because I credit a lot of my career and how it ended to those people who just never gave up on me, and they were my safety net. They allowed me to fall when I needed to fall, and they were also right there to pick me back up when I needed to be picked up. And I think that helped me a ton. So, you don't have to go on your journey alone. Have the right people and just be willing to take that first step, because you can't run a mile without taking the first step. And so I just think the courage is in that process, and just allow yourself to have grace, allow yourself to fall and allow yourself to fail, and just be that person that's going to pick yourself back up, because at the end of the day, you can fall down 7 times as long as you stand up 8. And I think there's so much power in that, and you learn so much more in those moments where you need the grace and life's full of those moments, unfortunately. We never know what's coming our way, and we never know when our last day is. So just taking the time to be grateful for wherever we are at, whatever it looks like, and just trust that there's more out there and that God's leading us the right direction. So when thinking about an action step that I've taken going into 2024 and kind of wrapping up 2023, I would say it's just to be obedient to my calling and to what I feel like God has placed in my heart for me to go. I know in the past 3 weeks alone, I've been on almost 20 different flights going to various cities, whether it's work-related, softball camps and clinics, to see friends and family, whatever it might be. Just kind of taking risks and saying yes to different opportunities to kind of share my experiences and my perspective, or just to love people well. That's something that I'm super passionate about. And my gifts and my talents in softball were never meant to glorify myself. And I think just kind of staying humble in that aspect, that I'm super blessed to be on the platform that I am and to have had the career that I had, and just being able to use that and impact other lives is what I want to do with my life. And it means the world to me to go to a camp or a clinic and just see a little girl's face light up, or just see girls getting joy out of the game that has brought me so much joy and has done so much for me throughout my career. And so just being obedient, and no matter what it looks like, just trusting that, again, God's plans are better than mine, and that he's going to open the right doors at the right time. He's also going to close the right doors at the right time, and being okay with both of those options. And so just learning to have the courage to say yes and be okay with being uncomfortable, and just trusting that he's going to work all things out for good.
Ashley, I just want to say thank you for your input and featuring on this week's Word of the Week episode. It means a lot to me, and I hope sometime soon we can link up in person and see each other and just catch up. So that would be great. But thank you once again. I appreciate it. So this week's Word of the Week is action. So what I strive to do and what I ask from you guys is to take action. Take action this week in whatever it is. Take action in your business. Take action in your sales. Take action in your workouts. Take action in your diet. Take action in your religion. Take action in your connections. Take action in your relationships. Take action in whatever it is this week, and see how you'll improve. See how your scenario will improve from just a week of taking action, right? Don't keep being complacent. Continue to take action and see what opportunities open up. Like the last previous word of the week, see what opportunities open up when you take action. And when you get those opportunities, take action of those opportunities to make the most of them. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, comment below. Like I said, the hat's out the bag, the secret's out the bag. I have a children's book that is ready for pre-order. I will drop the link below in the description of the video. I also would love I'm gonna do a giveaway. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll pick someone in the comments to receive a free copy of my book, The 1% Kid. So I can't wait. So please comment, please like, subscribe, all that. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll pick that person, and they'll get the book sent to them. So continue to be a part of the Word of the Week crew. Continue to get 1% better every day. And yeah, juice out. Check out the 1% Kid. Much love.